10 laps. Everybody's moving on to the A.
All right, race fans, rolling into turn 3 for the first time in 2023. They're going to get loud coming out of turn number 4. Topless Nationals presented by Lighting Motorsports is underway.
Jake Bridge going to take the early lead out of turn number 2. Beckstrom in second. Bridge has got a quick and big advantage as he takes out of turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1 for the Topless Nationals.
Beckstrom takes it high, trying the momentum move. Not going to work this time. We're going to have a 3-wide battle rolling into 1 and 2. Go ahead and give the second spot to the 7J of Chris Johnson.
Jake Bridge, Chris Johnson. Beckstrom has fallen back to 4th as the 3 of Mike Collins has made his way up into that 3rd spot.
Great run for Mike Collins, taking that 3 machine quickly through the field in heat race action. Jake Bridge leading another lap in this one.
Seven laps left to go as Bridge takes it down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Working about the middle groove through turns 3 and 4. Slides up, crosses the start-finish line. 6 laps left to go. Bridge, Johnson, and Collins. Johnson and Collins, starting to battle for position number 2.
Jacob Kubica making his way around Corey Beckstrom for that 4th spot. Trouble for the 53 machine of Daniel Hovitt, bringing it to the infield. Slowly but surely bringing it to the infield. As this time by, Jake Bridge is going to bring it down to 3 laps to go as he makes his way off of 4. So it's Bridge, Johnson, and Mike Collins, your top 3. Collins makes a challenge down the back straightaway, trying to get that spot away from Chris Johnson, rolling into 3. Johnson's going to hang on to the low side, shut the door on him, but coming off of turn 4, we're going to have a drag race down the front straightaway, quickly closed by the 7 machine of Johnson.
2 laps left to go. Bridge starting to reel in that lap traffic. He's able to get by Corey Beckstrom, the 32. Beckstrom might have tapped the outside wall. Bridge now starting to reel in the 23 of Jacob Kubica, his next set of lap traffic. Checkered flag waves. Heat race number 1 is in the book. Jake Bridge gets the win. Chris Johnson will bring it home. Oh, I might have called that soon. Great battle out of turn 4. Johnson does get it as Mike Collins settles for 3rd. Jacob Kubica in 4th, Corey Beckstrom in 5th, and then Daniel Hovitt, who didn't finish the race, will be scored in 6th. Stu, what are you seeing so far in heat race number 1?
Track's starting to widen out a little bit. For the meantime, though, I think you're going to find that bottom line. The guy that was started out there on the front row on the pole there looked like he was way too tight and just backed up.
Oh, I'm glad Roger said that. He just reminded that we start the race at the white tire. Does anybody remember the false start, get 'em up rule from last year?
Oh, are we doing this again?
Yeah.
All right.
It's too much fun.
You're the ringleader in this circus.
50-50 tickets in front of section F. We go green, heat race number 2.
Green flags waving in front of section E. Dead heat down the front straightaway. Looks like the early advantage is going to go to Baker down the backstretch, but he's got Kaziski hot on his heels.
Great 3-car battle between Zeitner, Johnson, and Sobbing. Sobbing on the low side, not able to make that car turn on the low side of 3 and 4. He's going to pull up to the side-by-side battle of the 36s as Zeitner has shot out to the lead down the backstretch. Kaziski's going to fight back on the inside, can't get the grip. Zach Zeitner's going to take the lead.
Definitely making quick work out of that. Just 2 laps into this event so far. Zach Zeitner's going to have the advantage with Kaziski riding in 2nd.
Oh, great move by Jesse Sobbing. Sorry, James.
No, you're just fine, and you're absolutely right. Woo! Good move by the 18S of Sobbing through 3 and 4. Almost went for 1 more.
Sobbing gets by both 36s in 1 lap. Lap number, in turns 1 and 2, he got by Johnson. In turns 3 and 4, he got by Baker. Baker now up into that, 4th spot. Caden Murray pointing out one of the 36s. I couldn't tell which one he was pointing at. 5 laps left to go for Zach Zeitner, Kale Kaziski. Kaziski's got Sobbing all over him.
Meanwhile, Jesse Sobbing taking the low side to Kale Kaziski. Great battle going on down the back straightaway and into 3 and 4. Nearly touches, and Kaziski hangs on to the spot off of 4, but Sobbing is a man on a mission in that 18S machine. Meanwhile, Zeitner out on a nice Sunday drive.
It has been some time since Jesse Sobbing has turned laps at Eagle Raceway, but he is getting right back on that horse, starting to reel in Kale Kaziski now with 3 laps left to go. This is a battle for second.
Hot laps, heat race feature, doesn't matter. Jesse Sobbing's coming to go to the front. He's going to try and mount another challenge, rolling into 3, tries the low side out one more time again. Kale Kaziski with the advantage through the center.
Kaziski doing a great job holding off Jesse Sobbing, one of the best in anything he drives in the Midwest and nationally. Sobbing, though, just tries to dive hard into the corner, can't get the car to stick. He cannot seem to reel in Kale Kaziski now as Kaziski starting to pull away with 1 lap left to go.
1 lap left to go. Meanwhile, Zeitner with a huge advantage rolling through turn 3. That's going to be the end of this one. Heat race number 2 is going to go to Zach Zeitner. Kale Kaziski bringing it home in the 2nd spot with Jesse Sobbing rounding out your top 3 in the 18S.
So again, Zach Zeitner gets the win. Kale Kaziski in 2nd, Jesse Sobbing in 3rd, Jim Johnson in 4th, Drew Baker 5th, Roger Elliott 6th, and Greg Niemoller rounds out the field in 7th.
Take 2 for your Topless IMCA Late Models. If you love seeing the late models out here, make sure that you make some noise. We're going to have the Supers back in the fall. We got to make sure that we pack this place if we're going to keep late models coming back to Eagle Raceway, and I, for one, would love to see it, just like I'd love to see the feature that's getting ready to take place. Again, we've got Beckstrom and Baker on the front row. Baker with a good jump on that one.
That one will stick.
That one is going to stick.
A lot of smoke coming out of the 53 of Daniel Hovitt. Oh no, that looks like...
Yeah, that looks like it might be a little bit more than cosmetic. Smoke continues to build off that Hovitt machine. Meanwhile, out front, in a hurry, the 18S of Jesse Sobbing.
Jesse Sobbing and Drew Baker, your 1-2, and Daniel Hovitt.
Yeah, I can smell it. That one's done.
Just heartbroken. I've watched that young man race for a couple of years now, and yellow is out, caution is out. I've watched Daniel Hovitt race, and he is the epitome of a weekend warrior. The guy busts his butt every week at work to fund his race operation, and I mean, the guy couldn't buy himself an inch of luck.
Once it gets rolled in, it actually helps a little bit for a couple laps before it's gone. But
I
here we go.
thought that might be a bit of a tire saver. All right, rolling into turn number 3, Jesse Sobbing with the lead in that 18S machine. Green flag is back out. This one's gonna stick. Let's keep this A-feature battle going. And we're gonna have a good battle for the 2nd spot. Who we got up there, Dan? I got her, Jesse Sobbing, hanging on to that advantage. Strong run for the 36 of Jim Johnson. Great battle going on. Look out, here comes the Zeitners. That 76 machine looking awful quick. High line, low line, wherever he wants to go. Low line working great there for Zach Zeitner, making a charge from that 5th row.
Zach Zeitner working that low side below Baker. Zeitner making it work. Here comes Jake Bridge, the Waverly Warrior, looking at the low side. He's on the inside of Jim Johnson. Has to lift to not make contact. Bridge will now go to the high side. Zeitner's got the 2nd spot away from Baker.
Just to talk about Jake Bridge a little bit as he's moving through the field, we talked to him in the pits before practice yesterday. He actually had to borrow a motor to make this show because in his exact words is, if they're having late models, I'm not going to miss a show here. I hate to jump into somebody else's mind, but I believe Jake might be a little bit upset at this car count as he continues to just clip through the field. Here he goes. Around Zach Zeitner, Jake Bridge, strong run in that 83.
He has been making that high side work, getting big runs out of the corner, gets another big run with 11 laps left to go. He's got a long ways to reel in Jesse Sobbing. Last time by, Bridge was a little bit faster, plus he was dealing with Zach Zeitner. We'll look at it this time. 15.6 for Jesse Sobbing, 15.1 for Jake Bridge, and Bridge hits the wall!
Looks like the 6 machine may be having a bit of trouble as well. Kind of caught the caution at the perfect time as Jesse Sobbing was beginning to catch lap traffic.
What happened with Jake Bridge? Yeah, we just talked about that.
Man, I think Jake Bridge was gonna catch Sobbing by surprise there. He was the only one that was up there running the top.
And I was just talking about it too. Last time by, Sobbing had a 15.6 and Bridge had a 15.1.
Yeah, he was rolling the top. I think he was gonna catch him by surprise because.
Kurt, we don't want Joe Orth's high-quality cameras on that picture.
I have a feeling that one's going to be all over Facebook.
Yeah. All right, going back to green. 10 laps left to settle it.
All right, green flag back out. You've got Sobbing, Zeitner, Johnson. Mike Collins with a strong run in that 3 machine.
After the jostle from the caution, he's up to 3rd.
Yeah, definitely making some strong moves, but look at Zeitner trying to make that high line work. He continues to gain a little bit of ground on Jesse Sobbing. Jesse trying to keep that lead advantage, but through 3 and 4, you can really watch Zeitner gain some good momentum.
Nearly identical lap times for Sobbing and Zeitner. 15.35 to 15.38. Zeitner now working a slightly lower line. Sobbing slowed down a 10th. Zeitner slows down 2 tenths.
Left rear off Zeitner there off the hook that hole.
And he's gone. He's
break.
off the racetrack.
Tough break for that 76 machine. That's going to give a big advantage to Sobbing.
Zach actually called me out at the pit meeting because I told Jesse, I kind of leaned in and said, so I'll probably be talking to you at the end of the night. And Zach said, what, you don't want to talk to me? And I said, well, get your ass in gear and let's go. Unfortunately, his tire didn't get the memo.
All right, back to it this time by when Jesse Sobbing crosses Caden Murray's flag stand. It's going to be 4 laps remaining for that Geschman 18S.
Jesse Sobbing, 3.5 laps left to go. He's led them all. Various challengers have pressured him, but have all fell on hard times.
Mike Collins worked his way up through the field for a solid 2nd place run as the battle for 3rd is just shaped up. Cale Kaziski taking the 3rd spot away from the 36 machine of Jim Johnson.
Oh, Sobbing splitting the difference on lap traffic, and he's able to get by clean.
Sobbing's like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah, he'll get the signal of 1 to go. Caden Murray letting his girlfriend Caitlin do the flagging for the white flag. Out of turn 4, James.
All right, out of turn number 4 in the Geschman 18S, picking up the feature win. No stranger to victory lane here at Eagle Raceway, the 18S of Jesse Sobbing. Do we still call him Crazy Jesse Sobbing, or is that nickname sailed?
Oh, yeah. No, it is not sailed.
Second place is going to go to Collins.
Jim Johnson actually is going to
Jim
come
Johnson
over in second.
snuck past it on the final lap.
Mike Collins in third, Kale Kaziski in fourth, and Jacob Kubica in fifth. So that's your top 5.
All right, Jesse, you're kind of a big deal around the Midwest. We appreciate you coming out here today. What'd you think of the race?
That was good. Little different than a weekly Eagle track, but every time I've been here with a late model, it's been a pretty good track for me, anyways. It's always fun to come down here. I try to come as much as I can.
Well, it was definitely lucky for you tonight. Why don't you thank some of your sponsors?
Yeah, I mean, the Getchmans, this all makes collision cars awesome. It's great that they let me come jump in it. A couple of my kids came tonight, so that's fun. They got a big crew with them, so it's everybody that helps them out on this thing's great.